Welcome to Tech Tycoon. In this video, we'll talk about 10 of the strangest cars ever designed. If you don't want to miss a video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to get notified every time we post new videos. 10. 1953 General Motors Firebird 1XP21. To describe today's supercars, we fall back on likening the Koenigsegg's and Pagani's of the world to jet fighters. The 1953 General Motors Firebird IXP-21 was an actual jet fighter, with 4 wheels, a tail fin, and a bubble cockpit. The turbine engine spun at up to 26,000 RPM to generate a whopping, for the time, 370 horsepower. 9. 1936 Stout Scarab. Designer William Stout, who worked as an aircraft engineer before turning to automobiles, was a pioneer in integrating luxury and leisure into transportation. Stout Airlines is credited with introducing flight attendants and in-flight meals. The Scarab draws on that idea. It's a road-going diner car powered by a Ford V8 tucked in the rear of the stretched aluminum body. The brand never took off, partly because, at $5,000, about $90,000 today, the Scarab was more expensive than the Packards and Cadillacs of those days. Fewer than 10 were produced. 8. 1942 Oeuf Electrique. The 1942 Oeuf Electrique, or electric egg, had 3 wheels and ran on batteries decades after gasoline became the dominant way to power cars, and decades before Elon Musk decided to make electricity cool again. Its designer, Parisian Paul Arzens, worked as a painter and designed railway locomotives before moving on to cars. The bubble is made of hand-formed aluminum and curved plexiglass, a novel material at the time. 7. 1970 Lancia Bertmund Stratos HF0. This 1970 Lancia Bertmund Stratos HF0 is the concept that led to the seminal Lancia Stratos. Just 33 inches tall, the concept was so short, drivers had to enter through the hinged windshield. 6. 1970 Ferrari Pininfarina 512S Modulo. Design firm Pininfarina has produced more famous works, but the Ferrari 512S Modulo car, which is created for the 1970 Geneva Motor Show, didn't aim for beauty. Designer Paolo Martin put the bizarre body on the chassis of the Ferrari 512's race car. 5. 1935 Bugatti Type 57's Competition Coupe Aerolite. The original example of the 1935 Bugatti Type 57's Competition Coupe Aerolite, which debuted at the Paris Auto Show in 1935, was lost after the unveiling. The popular explanation is that Bugatti disassembled it for parts to make the Type 57 production car that followed. The model on display is a recreation produced in 2007, based on recorded specs, photographs, and an oil painting by a Bugatti engineer. 4. 1932 Ford Speedster. The 1932 Ford Speedster, packing a flathead V8 engine, came with a starter button decades before the feature became standard automotive fare. The low, long Roadster was the brainchild of Henry's son Edsel Ford and designer Eugene Gregory. 3. 1941 Chrysler Thunderbolt. The curves on the 1941 Chrysler Thunderbolt were inspired by Streamliner trains. The car was among the first to have power windows. Chrysler used hydraulic motors to move them. The fully retractable hardtop and button-operated pop-open headlights were also seminal design features that showed up in cars decades later. It was one of the last Art Deco designs before concepts leaned towards futuristic aesthetics. 2. 1948 Tasco. This 1948 Tasco was made under a short-lived brand called the American Sports Car Company. The car's name is an acronym for the manufacturer. Gordon Buhrig, formerly of Duesenberg, took design inspiration from World War II fighter planes. The fiberglass covering the front wheels moved with the steering input. 1. 1956 Buick Centurion. The 1956 Buick Centurion had a backup camera decades before they appeared in consumer vehicles. Buick emphasized the significance of the car's advances with the Jetsons-esque clear bubble roof and cockpit, which gave the driver and passengers unobstructed views. Hope you liked the video. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so.